Listen, it's going to be the next great neighborhood of Montreal, the next new neighborhood of Montreal. I'm talking about the Bridge-Bonaventure area. Now, the project is expanding. Now, if you're trying to figure out where this is, you know where the Farine Five Roses sign is? Now, you've probably realized that you got this beautiful, glorious sign, right? Farine Five Roses. You're driving, you see it. Maybe you're walking in the Old Port area, you see it, right? And now the area around that sign looks like something out of a zombie apocalypse movie, right? It's like the most destitute, worst part of town, okay? So there's always been plans we got to do something with this land. Well, it's moving ahead. And now those plans expanding. Now they want to build 13,500 housing units. It's more than double the original target. At least 40% will be affordable, social housing, and adding nearly 3,700 units just to Point St. Charles alone. They want green spaces, waterfront access, and possibly a new REM station. So all that sounds good, but perhaps the plan isn't as great as it could be. Let's go to Julien Henault-Ratelle, official opposition critic on housing at City Hall for Ensemble Montreal. Julien, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So take me to the area around the Farine Five Roses sign and this plan and how you see it.
Well, first of all, I need to say that at Ensemble Montreal, we welcome the new plan that have been proposed by the Plante administration. You know, it's a huge site, having, for example, the site of Pointe Saint-Charles, the Bassin Wellington, the Bassin Peel, the Pointe du Moulin, where we have the Stylo number 5, we have the Cité du Havre. It's a huge site that needs to have a new redevelopment. And we've been waiting for it for like the past 6 years now. So it took a long time for the Plante-Rabouin administration to propose the new master plan for the Bridge-Bonaventure sector. But the densification that has been proposed in the beginning of the week is a good plan that has been welcomed by the consortium of the developers who wants to develop the site. So that's good news. But we still have some concerns regarding what has been proposed by the administration.
So what are those concerns?
Well, I will say the first one is the budget regarding the installation of all of the municipal infrastructure. You know, the civil servants of the city of Montreal have made some analysis of what is going to be needed just to make sure that we are able to transform this industrial land into a residential area. And basically we'll need $1 billion over 20 years to make sure that we are able to do, for example, the sewers connections, to redo the redevelopment and extension of the roads. So all of that is going to cost a lot of money. Right now, the Plante administration only budgeted $125 million over the next 10 years. So we have about 10% of the budget that is going to be needed to do this redevelopment that is budgeted, and it's over the next 10 years, while the project is supposed to be complete in the next 20 years. So that's a huge concern for us. We need to make sure that the city of Montreal is going to find some innovative way to find the funding to make sure that we're going to be able to make the redevelopment, because otherwise it's nice to have some communication lines, to have the vision, but if we're not able to take the project out of the ground, we won't go anywhere.
We're with Julien Henault-Ratelle from Ensemble Montreal talking about the plans for the Bridge-Bonaventure district, that new neighborhood that's going to drop in a decade or so. Julien, you know, I'm thinking about how your party has been talking about various plans for the city in the future. Soraya Martinez-Farad, of course, is the new leader of your party, and of note, of late, right? Your party's been talking about how you have a different vision for Camélia-Hood and Mount Royal.
Yeah.
Your party has been talking about how you have a different vision and view of what should happen with St. Catherine Street and pedestrianization, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder, is your party also going to present a different, unique vision for this district as another pillar of showing a vision for the city for the next election?
Well, honestly, as I was saying, the vast majority of the plan that has been proposed by the administration on the Bridge-Bonaventure sector is good. I mean, in terms of densification, I think they have about the good ratio. in terms of the greenery, in terms of the access to the water. That's all good. So in terms of development, it's interesting. Where I have some concerns, again, is on the financial ability of the city to make sure that they're going to be able to make that development. And I will say the second part is, again, all of the vision of the Plante administration surrounding the off-market housing. You know, it's interesting to have that vision, but again, how are we going to be able to make it? If we don't have the financial subsidy from the Quebec government to make some social housing, if we don't have the programs from the Quebec and federal government to make the affordable housing, they are talking right now to take about 40 to 50% of the new housing units in the Bridge-Bonaventure sector to be off-market units. So it's a nice vision, but again, how are we going to be able to make it? If we take a look at all of the other examples where the Plante administration decided to implement the 2020, and in this case, it goes even beyond that bylaw, well, we see that the private sectors, unfortunately, decide not to work with the city because it's too restrictive. And again, if we take a look at the news that have been announced at the beginning of the week, the consortium regarding the development of Bridge-Bonaventure welcomed the project, but again, they've been saying their concerns that this ratio of market housing units might slow down the development of the site. So that's another concern that we have. And when we talk to all of the partners, either the EDU, some nonprofit organization, there seems to be a consensus regarding the fact that we need about 20% of off-market units in Montreal.
Gotcha.
And when we're talking for this project of 40 to 50%, well, I'm quite concerned because I don't want to see another project like the one in Namur Hippodrome, where we've seen over many years now that we don't have any development because of those kind of requests by the Plante-Rabouin administration. It's the exact same thing in the Îlot Voyageur, where the administration has been owning the sites for over 7 years now, and we still don't have any development. So it's a good news to have this master plan. I think it's really interesting, the densification that is being proposed, but we need to make sure that we'll be able to work with the private sector to make sure that we are able to develop it.
The devil always in the details. Julien, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Well, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
That's Julien Henault-Ratelle from Ensemble Montreal, the official opposition critic on housing.